So when you don't believe that the world has any meaning, any intrinsic meaning, which is like myself, it's formerly known as nihilism. When you don't believe that there's meaning to anything, even your life, when you die, it just goes to oblivion, it just blacks out. When you believe that, how do you motivate yourself, right? That may be like a struggle that a lot of us may have. And I see it in two levels. The first level is just that you can either just die now, right? You can just die now because nothing has meaning. You can die now, and it will just be done quicker, right? Or you could achieve and obtain everything you ever want in life. Yes, this sounds materialistic, but what else is there to achieve right now in life, right? You could also achieve like intellectual and artistic gifts and stuff, freedoms, and you can adapt. But as far as tangible things, I think it's only right that you try to obtain everything that you can possibly want, which is what I'm doing right now. And then the second thing is life is suffering. I think the novelist Fyodor Dostoevsky, which I've been reading his novels for a while, and he has this philosophy that life is suffering. Like to have life is to suffer, right? And I kind of see it like a scab. You know, when you have a scab and you can't help but peel it, and you know you're gonna bleed, but you just can't help but peel that scab anyway. That's kind of what life is, you know. We kind of yearn to suffer. We want to suffer. And I'll give you this analogy that makes sense on why we want to suffer, right? A lot of us chase happiness. I think that's a goal for a lot of us. It's very ambiguous what happiness even is for any one of us, but a lot of us chase that as a goal. I just want to be happy. I want to be happy for once. If I do this, I'll be happy, right? We have those kind of goals. I remember in the first grade, my English professor, my English teacher, excuse me, not even the first grade, I think it was the ninth grade. I had a little brain fart right there, but in the ninth grade, my English professor asked me, who here wants to be happy, right? And we all raised our hand, and he said, if you could be always happy, would you choose that option? Like he said, if you could be in a room and you could always be happy, maybe it drug you up that you always feel the happiness sensation, you always feel your dopamine in this max. If you could be in that room, and once you're in that room, and you're truly happy, it would be impossible to leave. If you could be in that room, would you choose that life over your current life? That was the question. And obviously, almost all of us chose to suffer. That's basically what it is. We can have endless bliss, no suffering, right? Or we can choose to suffer. We can choose to feel sadness. We can choose to feel betrayal. We can choose to feel anger. We can choose to feel all these negative emotions, or we could be in that room. And almost every one of us, even in the ninth grade, chose to suffer. So I think suffering is just intrinsic. And I think Fyodor Dostoevsky has a real claim when he says that existence is to suffer, right? And that's where nihilism, we tie it all back in nihilism. I think in a way, it's hard to explain, but this existence, the reason why it's worth living is because, number one, it has no meaning. So everything just feels super raw. Like every day I wake up, I'm unsure what I'm supposed to be doing. There's this dizziness. There's like this confusion. And when I just take a step back from how it feels in the moment, because in the moment it feels not good. It feels like anxiety. It feels like my heart rate is spiking. It feels like that. But then when you just take a step back and kind of project yourself outside of your body, it feels good. It's like that scab scratching feeling, Like sometimes, when you have a part of your body that is like bruised and it hurts, and you press on it and it feels painful, but it feels kind of good. That's how it feels. That's how life feels. That's how suffering feels. And that's how I find motivation. That's how I find motivation in nihilism. It was hard for me to explain, but ever since my discovery of me, I can't lie to myself, right? I feel nihilistic about everything. How do I find motivation? How do I keep doing the things I'm supposed to be doing? And I asked myself that, and I think as early as this morning, I came to this conclusion that, number one, I can either admit defeat or I can obtain everything I want in life. And number two, suffering is beautiful, right? I think that's the conclusion. Suffering is beautiful. I made a video prior. It was actually one of my more viewed videos. It was saying like love, anxiety, anger, and something else. These negative emotions, you have to love them because when you're in the moment, it feels good. You know, anger, the right anger. When you're angry at the right thing, it feels good. You feel like you have so much power. You feel unstoppable. That's a great feeling. When you're really sad, it feels good because for once it feels like maybe you can grow as a person, right? Because I don't know. I think that's why we like misery sometimes because we grow from that, right? Because if you're always happy, you're never growing, kind of. So I don't know. These are ways I motivate myself. Um, like when I'm posting these videos, sometimes I'm not sure of myself. I don't know exactly what to say, but I post them anyway because I think these ideas people will resonate. And hopefully I meet people that are like-minded in the future, and that's one of the main reasons I'm making this channel. But if you stick around, stay tuned, guys. We are posting a video a day for the next year. I got over I think about 70 videos now, so we got over 300, almost 300 videos more to come. So hopefully you like this kind of content. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much.